What's up guys, it's Captain Stonksay here. I'm back with another replay analysis. This guy coming from a guy named Seed on YouTube. My very first subscriber actually, so extremely pleased about the growth of the channel here. So it looks like he's playing as Farfetch'd in this game, and let's get into it. It's some platinum gameplay. See how he does. Two people going at kickoff is definitely something you expect to see in platinum, but it's probably gotta stop by diamond or champ. It's really important to communicate on those kickoffs. But Seed here does a good job of just cheating up a little bit. It's a little bit of a risky situation on the kickoff, but see now he's good center here. Oh, huge pinch though. Let's take it back and look at the first couple of plays here. So cheating up a little bit, that's fine. Going for small boosts. Getting bumped here. That's not. A little bit of a chaotic start here in the kickoff. It's of course these guys are actually in a party together. We see this at the beginning here. It's they're partied, so they should be communicating, but it looks like one of them has some ping issues, so maybe that's why they're playing like this. But oh, I see actually the flag here is Middle Eastern, somewhere in Middle East. So maybe that's why we see the one guy with the sort of some ping issues. Maybe he's queuing in from Europe, or maybe they're all queuing Europe, and we don't know what the servers are like in Middle East. So I heard there was some issues, but let's just go back after a little bit of a panic situation after the kickoff. It's a decent save here from I525. That's a long name. But yeah, I like to see the pressure here coming up. Our guy is first man here, gets the middle boost grab. He should be pushing up here, so let's see how he does it. Up on the wall. Good pressure here. A lot of people would sort of lunge in at the challenge and sort of jump right into it, and that's just a good way to put yourself out of position. So really good patience here. That's definitely what you want to see. And he takes control of the ball, gets a good center, but it's a little bit, it's a risky ball to go for his mates, but you can definitely see that it's his mate is coming in and the pass is gonna come out. So really good attempt here from Seed. So huge pinch clear here, but there's no way to really defend against that. It could have been a really bad double commit from orange side here, but let's see how the positioning goes here. A little bit of turning around and going in circles, which I don't mind so much because it means you're keeping your forward momentum, but it's important that you figure out who's rotating out here, so or going to be second man in rotation. So we see K something going out as first man rotation, and then you two need to figure out who's going out, and that can be a little bit of an issue. We see their other mate backing off, and really nice aerial here for platinum off the backboard. We should be seeing those two push up now. Hopefully this guy becomes number one and this guy becomes number two man in rotation, and then we should see Seed going back as a third man. So let's see how the play unfolds. Really nice to see the full rotation back, and it happened as so. This is a little bit of a misplay from your mate here, because he's just been first man, and he should be rotating back post so that Seep here can move out. That's really what should have happened here. So, but instead he decides to chase the ball and gets a little bit of a. But now the problem is he doesn't have much boost, so he's made a play and gone up the field, and then instead of going out to get boost and come back as third, he's decided to just rush back and attack the ball, and so he gets a little bit of an awkward touch. and he stays on the ball as well. So this guy is just full on chasing, leaving Seeb in net to do basically nothing with full boost. So definitely awkward to play with mates like this, but it's expected in Platinum, and it's really difficult to iron out solid rotations in when you're queuing with 2 other people who are in party. So, but let's see, it's a decent position here from Seeb, back in the net. Definitely causing a lot of chaos is this guy with his rotations. So it's difficult to know when to go and when not to go. So this could have probably been... I don't tend to focus too much on mechanical errors because, well, I'm not that good mechanically either. I am Grand Champ, but I am pretty poor in my mechanics. So mostly I'm a Grand Champ based on awareness and decision making. So, but definitely something I want to see is, instead of doing the flip, just a double jump here. Because as soon as you dodge or use your flip, that means you're stuck in that height. So right here, if you use your flip, that means you no longer get any higher than this. Whereas if you do a double jump, you can get really high and actually get a touch on the ball. So just instead of the flick, then it's a good choice to do a double jump. Especially if you're just blocking net and you gotta just gain as much height as possible. But so I mostly say this because when I was still in Plat or Gold, I would always flip, and that's just not always the right play. So let's see what happens here at kickoff. But yeah, it's definitely not Seeb's fault this goal happens, because it's a clear rotational mistake, just going back and forth here, doing all sorts of challenges when you should just be rotating back. It wasn't this Casper guy, it was the other blue team guy, but yeah, unfortunate with the double. Really solid challenge here. That's definitely what you want to see. And oh, the fakes and the whiffs, and yeah, it's definitely some platinum play here. It's the right move from Seeb to not go for this ball, because he's obviously gonna get a 50-50, but it turns out that V7 Jeb here just completely whiffs the ball, and it's just a ton of chaos. And somehow Casper knows that it's... I guess maybe Casper is figuring that this is a Plat lobby, so he's kind of gambling on some whiffs and some misses from his teammate from the opposite side. So good read here, just going in, just go for the ball, and Seeb does a good job of getting stuck in there as well, blocking the clear. Really nice communication here. You're taking charge of the rotations of the team by claiming that you're going for the ball. So definitely unfortunate that this guy decides to go as well. But this is definitely what I want to see, like in a chaotic platinum lobby. If you can be that force on the team that sort of irons out rotations rather than causing chaos, that's gonna get you a lot of victories in the long run. But yeah, unfortunate to see that this guy apparently does not read chat or didn't get the message in time and just decides to go as well. So that's really unfortunate. But it looks like he backs off and just it becomes a really aggressive cheat, and super unfortunate. Just yeah, these guys are not... It's so annoying to see when you're doing replay analysis, because kickoffs happen every single game so many times, and so many players just don't pay attention to them. Like they just, it baffles me how many goals are just freely given away. And I would say even in champ ranks, it's sometimes you just see the weirdest plays. But yeah, again, no wrongdoing on the kickoff here. It was a decent kickoff, a little bit fancy, a little bit maybe too advanced for your own good, but your mates should be watching that and not getting dunked on this much. Also, it definitely didn't help that Seeb or that this guy went along with the kickoff, because that can really be a sort of, oh, am I not supposed to be going for the kickoff even though I called that I was going for it? So annoying to see that it's just a straight kickoff, dunk on the kickoff into the goal. But I wouldn't fault our mate here. So Just really, really, really unlucky, and super poor play from your mates here. So see, the ping is getting worse at times, so this doesn't bode well. Good kickoff here, going for mid boost. This is an interesting position here because we don't really. I would expect after the kickoff you go, and there's two guys up here, so you definitely need to turn back like you did. And then we have one guy seemingly going for corner boost, and then hopefully rotating back out so you can go up and be second man position. So that would be the rotational play here. So, but it's a little bit risky in platinum lobbies, I would say, because you don't know if that guy who's supposed to be rotating back down, or if he's gonna be chasing across the field. So definitely I would advise using your camera just to be sure that he's not just suddenly like spending 100 boost and going for some crazy play. So in this position, if you just tap, a rear view mirror, you can instantly see like, okay, where is my mate down here? Is he down by the big boost? Is he in goal? Is he right behind me? Because you really need to know where he is when you're moving up here. So because it's hard to know what kind of play you need to make on the ball if you don't know where your third mate is. So, but this is definitely your ball. Super good dunk here again, getting both of them in ball, or taking two men out of the play. And this again, I don't like to see. This seems like a little bit of a weird party that you're queuing with, because they should not both be in the corner at the same time and not getting any touch on the ball. So again, it falls to you to sort of clean up here, and this is not good. Sometimes I talk about body language on the field, because you really need to be showing your teammates what you're going to be doing when you play these games, especially in 3v3. So this little turn that I-500 something does to turn infield is super confusing for what's going to happen next, because you would expect this guy to be turning down and going second man position, and then this guy should be going all the way back to third position, but instead he ends up taking a little turn as if he's gonna be challenging. So that really must throw off Seep here. So because this is just a straightforward, this is Seep's ball, and this guy should be heading back. That's the correct play from a rotational expert. But instead he turns in and he turns back and he turns around. He actually cuts off Seep here. So this guy is just a full-on ball chaser at this point. It's really causing a lot of chaos for his team. So I mean, it's difficult to work around a guy like that, but you're definitely doing the right thing by turning back instead of sort of you both committing. That would be the worst play. But yeah, it's I would say when you're stuck with a ball chaser like that, you either gotta start using quick chat and saying that you have it, or you gotta start being really aggressive and sort of overtaking him, if you're not just going to be the passive one and sort of cleaning up his mess. So really frustrating to see, but I would say you're dealing with it fairly well. Decent challenge here from, it seems like your mate is just kind of backing up, going forwards. He's the thing about rotations is, if all three players are rotating as they should be, then one man has always got boost and momentum, and he's able to charge the ball. One man is going back for a boost, and then there's a guy who's ready to back up to be the second man in position, to really back up the first man in whatever is going to happen on the ball. But when you have a man who just stays in first man position instead of rotating out, that's when you just get all kinds of chaos, and he's not got a lot of boost, and you're not really sure if he's gonna get a touch or not. But this is definitely your ball, so you should be going for it. But he's just being a distraction for everybody on the field right now. So it's a total mess from this guy. I don't know if he's maybe high ranked and queuing with his lower ranked buddy, so he's expecting to be the hard carry, but he should be expecting you to be on his level at least. So I don't know I don't like the way that this guy is rotating this game. That's for sure. Good speed back on the recovery here, but your mates don't seem to be able to handle what this guy is. Really good pass off the back wall here. Let's see how your mates are positioned for this play. Good, decent enough challenge here. It really becomes confusing because you have a mate who's just hanging around in the midfield, and he hasn't been. Did he go get boost? Maybe. That would be hard to. Yeah, he's been chasing a lot, so he doesn't have boost, and so it kind of falls on the other guy in the party to clear this ball out. Good pass here, and unfortunate, nobody's ready for it. Let's see it on the. Maybe you don't skip the replay. We can see what actually happened. So this was the guy chasing around. It looks like he might have gotten the big boost pad, but hard to say. Really good pass from V7 here, and he's actually doing a really good job, this guy, of blocking whatever, but this guy does an even better job of placing it besides him. So this goal again, it's all down to I-525D. So just if he stops being a ball chaser and stops causing so much chaos, then you guys can just rotate normally and just get much better plays on the ball. Let's see. There's no communication on kickoff, so both people end up going again. I can't blame you at this point. It's just it seems like such a chaotic, some chaotic mates that you have. So, and it works out. That's not something you see every day. The two-man kickoff pinch, and this guy seems to just. Maybe he did a big jump or something. He completely whiffs the kickoff. So yeah, it's misplace on misplace, and it turns out to be a goal for you guys. So you're still in it, I would say. And they consistently go for the double kickoff. I don't understand. Maybe is this their strategy? Is this some kind of advanced two-man goes at the kickoff strategy? Because I've never heard about that before. Definitely, I would advise against cheating up when they're doing this. If this seems like their consistent thing that they're both gonna be going, then they're both gonna be out of the play. So you need to be going for a big boost in either corner and then watching net. So because this is just some ridiculous play out of these guys on the kickoff. So definitely I would, and it's every single guy goes for kickoff. 4 people charging at the ball and 1 guy on each end cheating up, and this guy just ends up cheating up a little bit further. So this is just chaotic. You'd expect to see 2 people, 1 from each team, going for the kickoff, 1 guy from each team cheating up, and 1 guy from each team going for a big boost. That's what you expect from kickoffs, and instead it's just six guys launching themselves at the ball, and that means it's just a toss-up. You might as well just flip a coin. Okay, one of us gets a goal. We don't know who it is. Let's just see who gets the goal out of this. Completely chance-based, gambling-based play. So not much else to say about this goal. I mean, is this what the rest of the game is going to be like? Okay, thankfully we have a kickoff where it's clear that this guy's going to be going for the ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this I-500 guy is going to do, and also what the Sieb is going to be doing here. Nice to see going for the big boost. Both going for big boost. That's a little bit of a problem actually. That's almost the exact opposite of what happened before. Because what happens when both these guys go for a big boost? It just means that this guy, if he doesn't get either of the middle boosts, he's gonna be stuck with, like, he can maybe pick off small pads or something. But one of you definitely need to be leaving the boost pads for Casper over here. And ideally, since he's challenging from this side, he's going to be moving over to this side. So he wants to either get this one or get this big boost down here. So if he is left like this, where you both go for the big boosts, we can hope that he gets the middle big boost, but it's really a misplay from, I would say, from one of you guys. Seep does the right thing by going for this boost. If I500 was going for this boost, then Seep should be cheating up, but you both end up going for boosts, and that's kind of unfortunate. So let's see. Okay, it looks like he will be able to get middle boost and then turn back, so this is going to be a crucial challenge. They've really pushed up far as well. All three players are here. So if Seep can get the dunk, as he has been getting, then that would be really good. But it looks like it's just a full-on double commit from their team, but it works out, so. Nice job here, finally getting enough of this guy's constant ball chasing and deciding to do something against it. It's what I talked about earlier. When you have a ball chaser like that, because you know that he's gonna be backing up and going zigzag and trying to jump and flail his car at the ball. So just take charge. You would normally call this a double commit, but based on I500's playstyle so far, I would say this is actually the right move to play. To just go aggressive and take control of the situation. And he's still charging at it, but that's just what you end up with, because I mean, he can't just keep being that ball chaser that just keeps going for the ball no matter what. That's gonna be so much. That's gonna create too much chaos for your team. Like, you need to be playing a rotational style of play. And again, here he cuts in. He just wants to be on the ball. He wants to be on the ball. You were definitely second guy, and you could have been a little bit faster in moving up, but with a guy like I500 on your team, I don't hate that you're playing a little bit more passive. Ends up getting a really good center ball of the backboard here. Super interesting play. Let's go back and see. So the patience here really pays off with the clear ball coming straight your way. I would say you do the right thing here, because it's hard to demand anything else based on where your teammates are. So we get the demo from I500, and Casper's over here. He should be going back, maybe get some small pads or the mid boost. So you need to be either putting the ball on target, or as you did, maybe pass it out to your mate, or get it off the backboard as you did, and then it's any man's ball basically. But good solid contact, and you get the double commit from the two defenders. It's always really good if you can make the two these guys. I guess it's just everybody's just constantly double committing. I don't know. Maybe there's not a lot of trust in a Platinum lobby, so you kind of always assume that your mates are gonna whiff. I don't know. That shouldn't be happening in Platinum, though, I would say. You should be trusting your mates. You've finally gotten out of gold, and I can understand the mistrust in silver and gold, but Platinum, you really should start trusting your mates. But yeah, again, another sort of double commit here. I would say that this is... Yeah, no, this is not really so much a double commit. You should be expecting Casper to be going for this, based on the fact that he's out there and he's furthest back. So it's definitely his ball, so it's actually a little bit problematic that you're sort of turning for the ball, because that, again, that's the body language that you're telling Casper over here that you might be going for this ball, and this is just his ball to have. So you should not be you should just be going back and like straightforward signaling to your mate, okay, this is not my ball, this is your ball, so you go take care of it. Instead it becomes sort of the same thing that I500 is doing all game long. You end up sort of becoming a distraction almost, and that's not gonna make it easy for Casper to get a super nice touch if he's worried about where you are or if you're gonna jump or not. So he does get a touch on the ball. Another touch, really good play here from Casper. That's good to see. So 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 3-4. It should be. It's still winnable, I would say. Really good play here from Casper. 71. So, okay, let's see on the kickoff here. Take the shot. Take the shot. That's what I like to see, man. You're really making it sure that you're making it known that you're not going for it, and so your mate can go for it. And so what I would like to see here is either you should probably be going for big boost, and then the guy who's back in net, he should be cheating up a little bit. That would be what I would expect out of, say, a champ lobby. So let's see what actually happens here. You go for big boost. I'm not it seems like he did cheat up, but then decided to go for big boost. But actually, does he end up making it really problematic for his mate? I think he might. So it'll be interesting to see. It goes for kickoff. And this is, I don't think I've seen this before. Like cheating up and then deciding to go for a big boost before the kickoff has even happened. That's a little bit of that's a new way to do it. So, and unfortunate for Casper, the kickoff taker. Sorry about that. I had to answer the door. So, but we're back in it, and it's the kickoff time. And as I was just talking about before, I had to stop the recording. I was hoping to see that you go for boost, and the other guy cheats up a little bit, and then this guy can go straight for the kickoff. So that's what I would hope to see out of, as I said, a champ lobby. But let's see what actually happens. So it looked like he actually did cheat up, but decided against it, which is, I've never seen that before. Cheating up, going for the kickoff, and then instead of actually cheating up and challenging the ball after the kickoff, he goes for big boost. That's that's a bit of a weird one. I haven't seen that before. So interesting play. There's not a dull kickoff to be had in this game, it seems. Definitely right back at his ball chasing ways here. This was a good. I really like your patience on these balls. A lot of players would just, this is my ball, I'm jumping, I'm going for this full on. But there's really no need for that in this situation, because you can take control of it. You can get the sort of 50-50 in your favor without spending any boost or without putting yourself out of position. So that's really good play. You're really making it easy to be a part of your team. Not sure what happened here. You got bumped, and your mate is coming up. So yeah, a little bit of a chaotic situation up in the corner. You never really want to have two people, or more than one people up and a person up in the corner for your team, but yeah, it ends up working out, so I don't really know what to say here. I think you do the right thing here, going up, and then of course Mr. I-500 is chasing at it as fast as humanly possible and just getting any kind of touch that he can get. So this leaves you in a sort of difficult situation of either choosing to go and be a really aggressive second person, or choosing to go back. And in this situation, I probably would have chosen to go back, just because I would know that my third guy who's back here would be in a better position to take over as second man after this wild touch up into the corner. So that's probably what I would have done, and instead it does make it a little bit awkward, especially because I-500 is just, even if he's going the wrong way, he still wants to just get the touch and get the ball, and so he ends up bumping you to the moon. But thankfully he doesn't hit Casper, and Casper is able to put it in really nicely. So yeah, that's a difficult situation, but never be afraid of going from second man in position as you were. Let's go back to the place actually that I was talking about here. Never be afraid of, even though you are second man and you're sort of going into first position, don't be afraid of going from second to third position if you've pushed up a little bit too far. Because, as I said, there's a guy behind you who's probably in a better situation, and then you can go back and be in third, and then become second position after your third man has actually made a play. So don't be afraid of doing that. It's not that would have probably been my play, at least, just because there's a lot of chaos when the rotations become so tightly focused in the corner. As I said, you end up actually being 3 guys in the corner, which is not what you want to see generally. Fortunately, a corner kickoff here, so only 1 person. I would definitely want to see at least a flip. Like in this kickoff, I would normally just do maybe a front flip or a diagonal front flip, but definitely some kind of flip, because what ends up happening, you spend all your boost, and it's not really that fast, this kickoff, so I would expect that you actually lose the kickoff, unless, okay, this guy actually does exactly the same thing with just spending 100 boost, driving straight at the ball, where I would definitely use just a simple front flip. You don't have to do anything fancy like speed flip or fast flip or whatever the young guns are using nowadays. Just a simple front flip and land in position to sort of react to what he's doing. So my kickoff strategy is basically the same as Fairy Peaks that he described, that he takes a flip and lands like before the ball, so he can correct to whatever the opponent is doing. So if the opponent is doing a really fast kickoff, Fairy Peak will be able to correct and actually not lose the kickoff that badly. So generally, my philosophy as well as Fairy Peaks would be to not go for a win on the kickoff, but not to lose too harshly. So, and if this guy just does a simple front flip, he's gonna beat you to the ball and actually get a really big dunk on you on the kickoff. So definitely want to see a flip instead of, as well, if you are flipping, you're gonna still have 5-10 boost left to recover and get the big boost or get the big boost in the corner. So definitely something I want to see from. I would expect it at Plat, but I definitely would be very surprised if I saw a diamond player, or I don't think I would ever see a champ player not flip to the ball on kickoff. But let that be said, and then let's go back and see what happens after the kickoff. So decent kickoff. You both just did the standard use all your boost and drive in a straight line for the kickoff. So neither of you really get a huge win or lose on the kickoff, which is nice to see. Good job getting the middle boost here. And this is when I would like to see you rotate to back post and be third man. It's a little bit of a random mate driving in front of you here that you get sent into. But good job in just carrying on your rotation, not letting it confuse you and start challenging weirdly. Just continue your rotation to back post, and that's really what I like to see. There's not a lot of reason to be on the wall here. You can, it's a little detail, but it's definitely something that's gonna help you in the long run. Is to just learn to rotate properly to the back post without hitting the post or driving up on the wall here. So, because this would have been a little bit of an awkward situation if they hadn't done a good job, your teammates here. So here we want to see you move out, be first man in position. Nice decision to be a little bit aggressive here. Kind of floating for a little bit of a while here, but that's fine. I mean, it took me a long time to become good enough mechanically that I would just learn to point my nose to the ground and boost down and be back in the play as fast as possible. So I don't mind this. You land on your wheels and you're ready for action. A little bit of a demo attempt here. I don't mind that. The ball is floating, so there's enough time for you to actually go for a demo. So that's good awareness of the situation. Would have been a huge play if you actually did get the demo. Good rotation back here, back post. Oh, just a little bit short. That's really unfortunate. I really like the rotation back. It could have been a little bit faster, but again, that's mechanics. You're gonna be naturally just getting faster and faster as you move around on the pitch. So what my analysis tends to focus on is the decision making, and as I said, I like to see the demo attempt here because the ball is floating, but it does end up making it a little bit risky because you have to hurry back. So, and the key here would have been to go straight back to the post instead of taking that sort of wide turn here. The wide turn is really good if the opponents are developing their attack and sort of taking it down the pitch slowly, because then you can sort of time your save to their attack by taking that wide rotation. But when they're countering and they're just going as fast as possible, you just want to be going straight back to the back post and ready for whatever. So, but your mates didn't really do much defensively here either. So let's see here. It doesn't seem like there was a lot to be done, and I-500 actually has just bonking Casper here. So let's take that again in slow motion here. So I mean, it's a good pass off the back wall, and everybody's going for it. They're really going all in for this goal. So you could have been back a little bit faster and maybe gotten the save, but it's a mechanical thing. And I think the decision making of the situation was okay, because you went for a demo in a relatively safe position, and then they just get a blazingly fast counter attack, which, you know, that's just how it goes. But let's go back and see again, it's a 2-man kickoff, so expecting both people to go for it. Sadly, I really liked what you did before, where you said where you were like take the shot. And then go for big boost, because it's such a misplay for two people to be committing and taking themselves out of the play for going for essentially a 50-50, which the kickoff is. So, but yeah, unfortunate. Decent recovery here, going for big boost. And you also note that your mate he's also just gone for kickoff, so he's gonna need boost and he's gonna be out of the play for a while. So I actually like that you sort of take a turn here and go in, because that's normally you're actually cutting rotation there, but it's a good moment to cut rotation because, well, I guess it's already kind of a chaotic situation when two people are going for kickoff and then both have to recover. So it's really nice to see that you immediately turn around and start engaging the ball while your other mate is going back for a big boost. So that's a really good choice there after the poor decision of two people committing for kickoff. So again, here I would have liked to see maybe a flip to get the big boost instead of just driving at it, because you're spending boost and you're not moving as fast as you would have been if you did a flip. So, but as I said again, that's mechanics wise, but definitely something to note. Really good read here on the wall, good center. Hunting a little bit for a demo, it looks like. I don't mind that. Okay, let's see what happened here. Did he just completely whiff the ball up here? He's going for a really difficult read, and he doesn't get it. So that's he's trying to be really aggressive. I can understand it with a minute left and you need a goal, but it's kind of it's one of those risky things, but it's fine. And the other mate ends up getting a little touch on the ball. So really good job of being aggressive here. Sort of you kind of have to be all in on this one, because the other team are gonna be able to send 3 guys and you're the only guy left to be able to defend this. So you need to either make a quick challenge or be on your way back and try to defend a 1v3, which in most situations would end up with them scoring. So I like to see this aggressive play, but it doesn't work out. It's a difficult mechanical play. And your mates actually end up recovering fast as well. So it's a very difficult situation after, you get a decent enough touch read on the ball on the wall, and then it goes center and they get a big clear. So one guy commits, totally misses the ball, and another guy commits, actually just gets the bump. So they've both taken themselves out of the play without really getting any engagement on the ball. So all 3 guys are left and they're ready for attack. So you need to be making a really fast decision here. Go for the ball, do not go for the ball. If you don't go for the ball, it's probably a goal. So I don't mind the decision making. Unfortunate that the mechanics weren't quite there right there. But it's decent enough. But let's see how it develops after the challenge. Good recovery here from I-500. That is one of the benefits, really, of having a ball chaser on your team, is that they will generally be quite good mechanically, and that's why they're ball chasing. So that's something to keep in mind, and you can kind of take advantage of that, because certainly in my case, whenever I'm faced with a ball chaser on my team, I know that if I can lob the ball up really high, he's probably going to be the player in the lobby who gets to the ball first. So I can sort of make risky passes and bet that he's probably going to be there first. So, and in this case it does work out. He's really fast to recover, and he gets the challenge. And the dunk as well. Really good play mechanically here from I-500. Sort of making up for all his ball chasing, finally carrying a little bit as well. So this is an awkward situation though, because you have two players all moving towards the ball, and you gotta figure out who's gonna be the man who actually does anything with the ball. And you'd have to be just paying attention to what Casper does, and if Casper backs off, then you gotta go, and if Casper keeps going, then you need to back off a little bit and be that third guy in rotation. So let's see, but this is definitely your ball. It's a huge clear from I-500, basically getting a pinch clear with the two guys. So this is your ball, and Casper should be backing off to be second man in position, and I-500 should be moving back after his huge play and just getting some boost pads and being third man. So let's see how it actually unfolds. Sort of exactly the way that it shouldn't, because everybody's just going for the ball. Everybody's overtaking you instead of backing off. So it's just not good. This is just not what you would want to see from your teammates in these situations. Literally 5 seconds ago I said that I5 should be going back and Casper should be leaving this ball to you. But because you have a patient playstyle, they must see you as a slow player. But really, your decision making is better than theirs, and you're taking your time. You have plenty of time here on the ball. The red team are all scrambling back, so this is the right place to go slow, take control of the ball, and then get a shot or a pass off. But instead, two ball chasers now instead of just one, and they just want to touch the ball as fast as possible. They want to get ahead. They don't care about anything else than touching the ball. So just unfortunate here. I don't know, maybe they're feeling the pressure because there's only a minute left, but there's no reason to be taking the ball from your mate as your mate has the best touch on the ball. So I don't know. And now they're both just out of position. They lost the ball. It's up to you again to be you're basically the garbage man on this team. You know, you're gonna be cleaning up for all their mistakes basically. So let's see, that's a really good some shadow defense, getting the touch. The thing you want to be looking at this moment, that you know that both your mates are way out of position, is you want to buy time. That's all you want to do. You want to make sure that they can rotate back and help you on defense, so you want to buy as much time as possible. That's something that's really underrated, and that I didn't start thinking about maybe till I was champ, maybe high diamond, is how valuable it is if you can just buy time. Like, every touch on the ball doesn't have to be a shot on net or a goal. Sometimes you need to buy time, sometimes you need to stall and make sure that your mates can recover and have boost, and that's the best play. So I like to see sort of the little bit of a defensive position with the shadow play, and then a challenge where you know you can get a 50-50, buy some time, and let's see. You do get demoed, which is unfortunate, but you end up buying enough time that they're both back into play. So let's see how it good rotation after spawning right back into regular rotations, going to back post. That's what you want to see. I5 has gone AFK, it looks like, so that's not so good, but this should be your ball. You have a guy challenging and a guy going out, so probably ideally you just get some kind of clear. I would see a lot of players who would try to be fancy and sort of take it up the wall, but they're gonna get dunked on by the guy behind who's also challenging. So let's see how it actually unfolds. Oh, the guy was jumping. I didn't realize that. That's my bad. I didn't think he would be moving like that. Oh, he gets the really weird. And Casper has caught whatever I-500 had before, because this is 10 out of 10 cases. This is your ball. This is just your ball to have freely because he's flipped out, and this guy is not in a position to charge the ball. But Casper is out here and he has seen the ball, so he's going for the ball and he's just going as fast as possible. He has no idea what these guys are doing or what you're doing. So let's see him just charge at the ball. Boom. He shoots it into the back wall. There's no reason for him to be doing this at this point. And is it gonna be? It's not a goal. I5 has gone back from AFK and actually managed just to save the ball. Oh, he was typing some random stuff in chat. So a little bit of a weird decision with 40 seconds left, and you need 1 goal to secure overtime, and he's just sitting in the corner chatting. So that's really what you hate to see. But let's see how the chaos unfolds. I don't quite know how you were this lucky that they didn't score here, but I-500 gets a save and a clear. It's gonna be a difficult one. Huge clear from V7 here. Tries to follow it up. Doesn't quite have the mechanics to pull it off, but decent patience here from you. Time to move back. It's a little bit of a scramble in the middle. Finally the ball comes out. It's time to make a move. Oh, big jump. Sadly this time V7 was fast to his own clear, so this is probably GG's. Oh, and I-500 ends up getting the own goal. GG. Vote to forfeit. Kind of a messy game, and there's absolutely no reason for 500 to be ball chasing all game, and suddenly Casper is also ball chasing, and that just creates a mess. And I think all the goals were either from, well, maybe not this last one, but all the goals were either from kickoff, where both people are committing, or even the one where all 6 people are committing, or it's because I-500 is just cutting rotation and chasing the ball, spending all his boost, doing nothing with it. So it's difficult to point to anything else in this game. I think mechanically you're good enough, but you could be better at moving around the pitch with flips instead of boosting, and that basically be my advice for your mechanics. I think your mechanics are decent. You have really good decision making. It's very unfortunate when a player with decent mechanics and patient decision making ends up playing with 2 ball chasers. They sort of mistake your patient play for maybe slow and bad play. So they think you're this slow player who just needs to be carried, when you clearly have the mechanics for Plat, and I would say even Diamond, but the decision making on their parts is just making it impossible for you to be efficient here. A little bit passive, but it's still decent decision making, and it's just a mess when you have 1 ball chaser and then 2 ball chasers on your team, because what are you supposed to do in that situation? It's never gonna be pretty. So, but yeah, your boost management seems good. I don't really have any other advice. This was not really your mistake that your team lost on. This was just unfortunate matchmaking, I guess. I don't know what to say about this, really. Better luck next time with getting some less chasey mates. It seems like you're really good mate to have on your team. You're watching out for your team, and instead of just being the guy who wants to get the touch and get the ball into the goal as fast as possible, because that's not really the way to get the goal in Rocket League. Maybe down in silver or gold, but not in platinum, diamond, champ, or grand champ. So GG's, I would say, and good luck with your further plays.